Out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Miles Sanders, first carry of the game. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. Another good run there for a guy who, remember, on Wednesday was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week for what he did a week ago.
Yeah, and you know it takes some solid runs and some extra special ones in order to win that type of an award. I think he's locked in and wants to get it done a second time.
Now Wentz. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
Wentz on the draw, leaves it for Sanders. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and they're going to face a third down. Boston Scott, his first carry. And he's got the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. A nice first down pickup on a gain of 6. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important third down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
Right there, 54, right there.
Wentz now on first down. He's going to let this go deep for Jackson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. They may have thrown the interception, obviously less than ideal, but I think they also sent a message that they're going to push the ball downfield in this one.
Yeah, not afraid to take their shots right away, huh? What was that, like a 9-9-9 route? 9 meaning go? Just went ahead and went for it. Didn't work out so well because it certainly appeared the defense was prepared. But I'm with you. Okay, so it didn't work this time. Doesn't mean we won't try it again later.
They'll run for the first time with Da1 Freeman. Da1 Freeman, they're not going to get him. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Da1 Freeman, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Seahawks have taken a first quarter lead.
Well, that's how you take advantage of an early turnover. A sudden change situation, meaning ball's turned over. How's both sides going to handle it? One side handled it way better. They went right out on the field and put the ball in the end zone.
One play, that just added insult to injury.
Yeah, that just tells you on the defensive side, they didn't come out ready to go, still reeling from the fact that the ball got turned over.
Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at the 40. Off the play fake, he'll set up to throw it. Deep ball for Goodwin. It's caught at the 10. And he is down deep into Seattle territory. It's a big play there for the Eagles. 51 yards. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation. They'll run with Sanders. He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line.
Sanders.
He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Miles Sanders with touchdown number 29, too short of LaDainian Tomlinson's all-time record 31. And the Eagles are now just an extra point away from grabbing the lead. Elliott good with a PAT, and they take the lead here at 7-6. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott to kick it away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And, you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number 1 goal? Make the playoffs. Number 2? Win your division. Number 3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number 1 seed so you get that first-round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
12 yards there and a first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. A handoff, Devontae Freeman. He's got the first down and more past midfield. Past the 20. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Devontae Freeman with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Seahawks are going to retake the lead. And a pair of rushing touchdowns now for him in the first quarter.
And I'm liking what I'm seeing from his big guys up front because they're winning the leverage game. How many times we talk about low man wins, right? Move the defensive front aside, create those gaps and holes. He's found his way through them for 2 touchdowns.
And after both of those touchdowns, looking up into the lights, and he muffs it.
Over 1st and 10. The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
It's gonna take it. No hesitation. Don't try my patience.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the number 1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're number 1 in their conference.
It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. The Seahawks and Eagles, you might remember, they met up in the wild card round a season ago. It's a night Philly fans could probably stand to forget. Carson Wentz exited early after just 4 passes thrown, and Josh McCown at 40 years of age brought in, but the Seahawks, they were too tough as they slugged out a 17-9 victory.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you. It's 74, 74. 56.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. Deep ball for Goodwin. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
A 41-yard punt there with no return. And it'll be Seahawk football 1st and 10.
At their own 28-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage.
Right at the line of scrimmage.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Second and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Second and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy.
A quick throw, but incomplete.
Jacob Hollister, the one he was looking for.
And it's third down. They had the incomplete pass on second down. Now they need a big play here. Third and 10. From the shotgun, Wilson. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes.
Davion Taylor.
Make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
And we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
That'll wind up being a 50-yard punt, though they do get 10 back on the return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over first and 10.
7-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, first and 10. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26.
Quinton Dunbar on the tackle. A gain of a yard. Brings up second and 9.
And they'll get this out quickly to Goodwin. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. Something we're seeing more of with the rise of the run-pass option. A legal man downfield, and that's going to back him up. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports.
12. Eagles 7.
And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22.
And a lot of times, these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Now Wentz. Left side here to Sanders. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. And he is the NFC rating offensive player of the week. You got to think, all the guys that take the field each and every week, that's not an easy award. Always has to feel good to grab.
It has to feel great because it separates you, at least for a week, amongst your peers. And for him to separate again, he has to have the same type of a game. That means being explosive off the line of scrimmage and catching everything that comes his way.
A pickup of 4 on first down. It'll be 2nd and goal.
Well, the spotlight hit him once already tonight as he got into the end zone. He was trying to make it a double spotlight, wasn't he?
But credit the defense, bottling him up, not letting him get in for the second score there. They'll try to run with Sanders. And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. Miles Sanders becoming just the second player with 30 touchdowns in a single year. And the Eagles have retaken the lead. And the lead is now 2.
Point is good. Makes the score Eagles 14, Seahawks 12.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. They go play action with Wilson. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
After the penalty, here's Freeman. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Now, that's one they hate. The ball's got to come all the way back.
So that's an explosive play, a really explosive play that gets wiped out, and they have to start over after the penalty.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Steps away to his left. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
Off the play fake, here's Wilson. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Wilson. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Davion Taylor in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. They'll call this a 41-yard punt, 7 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
That's the reason we ball for. Circle round twice for the encore. If you know, you know.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
This is Jackson on the quick throw from Wentz. And a loose football, and the Seahawks have picked it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And in this very cold night air, how much harder, Charles, is it to hang on to that football?
It's a lot harder, and I know for the most part we think about a ball being slick when there's rain or snow, any type of moisture. But when it's cold and dry like this, and it is cold, it's also slick that way because you're not able to really grip it the same way. Your hands are cold, and then the hits seem harder. So, yeah, it's a lot more difficult to hold on to the football, which means you have to emphasize it that much more.
Wind chills right now, 12 degrees. And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and all of a sudden here it's third down.
8 yards.
Oh, I came to my feet on that one. I thought he was getting close to breaking that one big, but in the end, give some credit to the defense, finding a way to get to it and forcing a third down.
Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Davion Taylor has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
But that was their third sack of the ball game, second in the league in sacks coming into this one. They're planning on making it a race to the top, aren't they?
Absolutely. They're looking up at that top spot, but they might be looking down at the second spot pretty soon. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. With it is Jackson. And just a net of 31 here, 40-yard punt, 9 on the return. And the Eagles will have great starting field position here as they take over. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Right back to Sanders on first down. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
2nd and 12, operating from the 39. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action.
I'm here all day. Mike, 55. Check, 55, Mike. Let's go, baby. They turn over. Get that ball. Get that ball. Kill. 55.
On 2nd and 12, Wentz. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
And, partner, to me, that one was all about timing. If he's there too early, it's going to be a pass interference call. If he's too late, it's a completed pass. He was Johnny on the spot on that one.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Play fake to Sanders. Now here's Wentz. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. Just what Seattle was hoping for. The coverage holds, and now fourth down.
Incomplete.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
Ball at the 24 and a 2nd and 11.
Operating from the gun, Wilson, throw left side, complete. That's Freeman. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. From the gun, Wilson. And that will be incomplete.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Yards. Well done on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over.
1st and 10 at their own 49-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him.
And that's going to be intercepted. Jamal Adams with it, the all-pro safety. And a great return as he's up close to the 40-yard line.
Intercepted.
He's really putting together a spectacular season. That interception, number 11 now on the year.
And I know we're all taught that 7 is a lucky number. I'd say 11 is for him, huh? No doubt about it.
Good starting field position for him as they come up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Well, so much for getting separation. No chance there. Locked down tight, forcing the incompletion on that attempt.
They go play action now. Wilson looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Freeman, and he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. 11 yards there, 1st down.
And the Seahawks.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle.
Complete.
Jacob Hollister, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are able to regain the lead.
For a big tight end, he can sure move like a slot receiver when he gets a head of steam going. And as a defensive back, you've got a big decision to make when he's moving like that.
Extra point splits the uprights.
19.
And the lead is now 2.
17. Michael
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
ready at the line. This Philly offense set to go. Under a minute to play here in the half. Time for a late drive.
It makes sense when you think about it. Hey, try and get a field goal. Give yourself a lead going into the half. But if you're going to do this, you better have supreme trust in your quarterback. Supreme trust in the guy who's going to handle the football. Because if you turn it over here...
And that's caught inside the 35. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number one.
At the 33-yard line.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Wentz now to throw. Deep ball for Goodwin. On Wentz is intercepted yet again. It's Quentin Dunbar with a pick.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
They'll run with Freeman here to begin the drive. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Rodney McLeod up to make the tackle.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 4-yard line.
We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
Seahawks.
On the heels of that good carry by Devontae Freeman, here's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Wilson escaping the pressure right. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Wilson, that's complete to DK Metcalf. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 32-yard line. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Play action. It's Wilson. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. 2nd down.
I think that was good strategy there, trying to go right back to him after the last completion. But this time, the defense was all over it, and they got there to break that one up.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Now a handoff. It's Freeman. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
The ball carrier.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
But 22 is the line to gain here on 3rd down. From the gun, Wilson eluding the pressure right. Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Gary and Conley. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
They'll run on first down. Sanders. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. A gain of 3, second down.
A 3-yard.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
The 20. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Marquise Goodwin with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the forced turnover on defense leads to 6 points. And the lead is up to 5.
Kick is good. Makes the score Eagles 24, Seahawks 19.
Touchdown. Here's Elliott on to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Wilson. He finds Dorsett. It's complete. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. It's a pickup of 12. Second play in a row with a 12-yard gain.
First down.
How about a guy proving his worth in different ways? Had a big play in the run game to play before. This time, they go right back to him in the passing game, and he comes through with yet another big play. That's why you work out so hard in the offseason, so you can stay on the field and accumulate big plays.
This is caught inside the 15. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. Only took him 3 plays, and they're already in the red zone, just like that.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
It's a give to Freeman running right. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it second and a foot or so.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty, 1st and goal. They'll look to run with Freeman. And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Da1 Freeman with his 3rd touchdown so far, number 13 now on the year, as they have taken the lead. Pete Carroll in that familiar hands-on knees pose. His guys will go for 2 here. Wilson. That's caught at the 2. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line.
Seahawks 25, Eagles 24.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And he takes it across the 50 to the 46-yard line. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
46-yard line.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. On first down, it's Sanders. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 47-yard line.
Second and 11 now.
Here we go. Mike 56. Mike 15. Great 15. Just like that. 56. Mike 56. Right there. 56. Man, I got you. Mike 56.
Now they'll throw it. Wentz. Deep ball for Goodwin. And not only did he drop it, he dropped it in the end zone.
Intended for Marquise Goodwin.
Coverage was very good that time. A nice job to smother him as the ball arrived, and that ensured an incomplete pass.
And it keeps 6 points off the board. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
56.
To throw, it's Wentz. Gonna look deep for Jeffrey. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
That's pretty nice to watch as he matched the route with the receiver and stayed right there, stuck to him like glue, almost hip to hip, shoulder to shoulder, helped force the incompletion.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. This is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. Room here to run. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards. He continues to have a big night here under the lights carrying the football.
And some guys prefer night games. For whatever reason, their bodies react a certain way. They love the spotlight. Maybe that's what it is. The best seats in the house, the ones where he's carrying the football for his offensive teammates. The worst seats, the 11 guys trying to tackle him on defense.
Taken down back at the 34-yard line.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Throwing on 2nd and 14. Wilson. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Cravon LeBlanc with a pick. And the return stops at the 39-yard line.
Eagles take over first.
A seismic shift in momentum here in the fourth quarter. That's the break that the defense needed.
And you know as well as I do, people are going to question the play call in that situation. Sometimes you have to question the execution, not necessarily the call. And in this case, those defenders found a way to give their team a chance.
So he was holding from that left tackle position.
Everyone tries to keep their hands inside when they're blocking ever since they liberalized the rules where you can extend them out. But sometimes they get out a little wide and they get detected grabbing some cloth.
Wentz going to throw. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. They get 14 yards, but not enough for the first down due to the previous penalty.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And he'll go down at the 28. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
And this is just a little touch pass. They send the receiver in motion, just kind of tap it forward to him. Now, it doesn't turn into a huge play, but they do pick up a first down, a nice, consistent gain.
Some pretty good games all weekend. We may have saved the best for last. This Monday night game has been a dandy. They'll run on first down. Sanders. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Brings up 2nd and 12 on the Seahawks 30-yard line.
30-yard line, 2nd and 12. Quick throw out wide by Wentz. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. 15 yards on the play, first down.
Well, remember, they tried to give him the ball and let him run on the last play, but I think the light bulb went off in their play caller's mind, and this time they get it to him the more conventional way, and it's much more successful as well.
On first down, it's Sanders. They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14.
Ball carrier. Quinton Dunbar on the tackle. 1 yard gain. Brings up 2nd.
They'll go again with Sanders.
14 yards.
And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch victory.
And the question now, how do they want to work the clock here on 1st and goal? A field goal would give them the late lead. They'll run with Clement, and he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. Corey Clement, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Eagles have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter. That option pitch we saw, we don't witness a ton of that in the NFL, but it worked there down near the goal line for a score.
And it's actually a great call in goal line situations because as more and more quarterbacks enter the league with that mobility and having run option in college, more pro teams are adding it to their arsenal. And now it's not just does the quarterback run it, does he pitch it? Now they've added that 3rd element. He can rise up and throw the ball as well.
Taking it about the 1. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
That's the reason we ball for. Circle round twice for the
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And now after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this 4th quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. That's caught by Hollister. His 2nd catch. This one not quite as dynamic as his first. And it's 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play? I used to joke with my teammates who carried the ball a lot. When we got in these situations and they were carrying us home, I used to tell them, boy, you guys just look like Paul Bunyan, just growing stronger, bigger, tougher. And all night long, he's carried this team.
He has indeed. Everything magnified right now. A huge third down conversion. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
33-yard line.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Ball at the 33, 2nd and 9.
Now they'll throw it with Wilson. Left side complete to Lockett. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning.
Gain of 7. First down, Seattle.
So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Now, that's caught inside the 20. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. A big pickup of 38.
In a 2-minute drill, we often talk about taking care of the football, but sometimes it's just a matter of who wants it more. How about him going up top on a 50-50 ball and taking it away for a big play?
And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
This has been an up-and-down, back-and-forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive, take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
Freeman again. And yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute. And that rushing touchdown, his 4th, puts him just one shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it. But he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
5-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Tight is right. Watch tight. Tight is right. Hey. You got 3. Three down. Hey, watch 11. 56 the mutt, boys. 56. 56. Silver. Like 56.
Back to throw. Wentz. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down.
Darrell Taylor.
He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. Now Wentz. And that is incomplete. Two huge plays there down the stretch. The sack on second down. Now they force the incompletion. That's going to lead to a do-or-die fourth down.
And they look like they've got the confidence right now that no matter what gets thrown against them, whatever play gets run, they have the ability to shut it down. They're just brimming with it right now.
It'll be a 41-yard punt. Give them 5 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They need to get this around the 40 on the other side to get into field goal range. Look at the clock, a decent amount of time here in a tie game. What do?
No panic situation at all. They've got to get a couple of chunk plays, pick up nice bits of yardage.
Target the sidelines?
Target the sidelines because you want to get out of bounds and make sure that clock stops. Because if the clock stays running, that makes things that much tougher for you. It can always bleed out on you.
From midfield now, here's Wilson. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off at the 49. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. So how about that for a momentum switch?
We're in the 4th quarter and it's a tie game. You've got to take care of the football here. Now their opportunity to take the lead right out the window, and everything is flipped in the other direction.
So after the INT, here's Wentz. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does. And in the 2nd quarter, he may very well run by him. But in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
56.
Wentz to throw. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A gain there of 21 yards.
1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
To throw is Wentz. That is caught inside the 5. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line.
That's another Eagles 1st down. 1st and goal at the 4-yard line.
Right now, everything resting on the right foot of Jake Elliott. He's hit on his one earlier attempt tonight, but this, a little more pressure-packed for the win. He hasn't missed a kick all year. Why would he start now?
That's a great question, isn't it? Well, maybe because that was the most nerve-wracking kick he had to attempt all year, but he knocked it through just like it was an easy chip shot.
After the field goal, here's Elliott to kick it away. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee, and they'll start things out at the 25. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Look at the clock. Everyone knows the situation. Probably time here for one final play.
And we know what that play is going to be. It's got to be some sort of Hail Mary, throwing it towards the end zone and hoping someone can catch it or catch it off of a tip. Think back to 2015. Didn't we see Green Bay pull that off twice in the season? Once in the regular season, once in the playoffs. So stranger things have happened. It'll be interesting to see what the defensive strategy is about who they put on the field to try and knock that ball away.
Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. You're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for Philadelphia, the perfect season remains intact as they move to 11-0 on the year. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Green Bay Packers. Meanwhile, for Seattle, it's a loss that could hurt them come playoff seeding time as they drop to 8-3. And they will be at home next week to take on the New York Giants. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.